this. They didn't get that. But go out. Cast your vote for the Unity Labour Party, as we will not be good anymore. Please.
I was born strong.
Please do it.
I was made for this.
I am asking. Go out. Vote. Do the right thing. Do the right thing. Me and my family right now. I didn't know what I was going to do. How I was going to make it. I did not know until they came to me. People of West Kingstown and the whole of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Go out. Go out. I am begging you. Please give them another term to finish what they started. Do not be late and regret that you did not cast your vote for the Unity Labour Party. Miss Peters, the whole of the Unity Labour Party, the Almighty God, I thank you so much for making me and my family. You're not just working for me, you're working for the whole of the young people. And I'm urging people of West Kingstown, go out, give Miss Peters the chance. She is not even being elected and she's been working. So if she gets it, what do you think is going to happen?
I was made for this.
Please, what you think is going to happen? She's not even being elected and she's been working. So when she gets into West Kingstown, you think we're going to lose the seat again? Never!
So many hard times when I thought I couldn't make it.
Come on! Come on! The government has been doing so much for we Vincent. And to be honest, who are vexed when I don't talk tonight? Me really can't. It are plenty ungrateful people in St. Vincent. They're ungrateful. The Unity Labour Party is working first. And they're still saying we ain't doing nothing. Come on. No, man. No. Don't do it. So, for people, on the 27th of November, 2025, not 2037, 2025, on the 27th of November, go out, vote for the Unity Labour Party, bring in West Kingstown. And hey, we're going to be a celebration for West Kingstown. Last month, when the comrade rang the bell, was on the 27th, right? Whose birthday it was? Whose birthday it was? Play 2027 for play 4 people. We're bringing it home. West Kingstown coming home. Thank you.
Labour people!
Ring the bell, let we send them home. Oh, ring the bell, let we send them home. Julian, ring the bell, let we send them home. Now we jump and say 5 in a row.
Comrades, welcome, welcome, welcome. The boss is here, the boss is here. Make some noise for the 6-star general.
I have a song to send the NDP man.
Labour people! Welcome the comrade!
Ring the bell, let we send them home. Comrade, ring the bell, let we send them home. Oh, ring the bell, let we send them home. Julian, ring the bell, let we send them home. Now we jump and say
6 in a row. 6 in a row.
5 in a row. They want to know how people.
Welcome the comrade, welcome the comrade. The boss of bosses.
Show me the five. Yo, Labour people, start a jump.
Yo, yo. Never.
Show me the five finger, them higher. 5 on every day. Oh, yeah, yo.
Oh Lord, I'm so excited. When I see the black jeep, I get excited, people. Somebody say labor. Hold it right there, Shady. Big up to Vicky. I've known Vicky for a long time. And her story really touched me. And I'm sure that there are a number of other persons who are viewing, who are listening, who are here, who have been impacted positively by the hard work, dedication, compassion, and love of the Unity Labour Party. Somebody say Labour! He's six in the tail. Allow me to welcome right now the man who keeps our Prime Minister propped up strong. The comrade wifey, Madam Gonsalves is here. Make some noise for her. Behind every great man, there's a greater woman. Well, so I've been told. Right now, comrades and friends, I want to invite to the podium to bring you greetings from the east of the country. He has served St. Vincent valiantly, and he has served with that iron fist and focus that we expect when we are dealing with the money of the country. He is a young man, because remember now, they like to talk about the comrade being old. But the average age of the opposition party is what? 60? 57? It's a party of old grumpy men. They're so grumpy when they see a church, they just have an itch to just pick up a stone and blast it. I don't know why, but you know, that's between them and God. But right now we have another young man. They say we don't have a succession plan, but as you heard Comrade Grenville say earlier, we have succession plans upon plans. And right now I'm going to bring to you from the constituency of East St. George. We just call him Milo, but you know him as Comrade Camilo Gonzalez. Make some noise right now.
Hit number six. This time is plenty licks. Hit number six. This time is plenty licks. Hit number six. This time
Lebo! How we knocking?
Comrade at your door, knocking boom, boom, boom. The comrade at your door, knocking boom, boom, boom.
And every time
I knock on the neighbor door.
What we say? Again.
And every time I knock on the neighbor door.
And what we say? Comrades and friends, soldiers and warriors of labor, lions and lionesses of the Unity Labour Party, look to your right. Here comes the 6-star general.
This time is plenty licks. Hit number six. This time is plenty licks. Hit number six. This time is plenty licks.
Here comes the world boss.
Hit number six. This time is plenty licks. Hit number six. This time is
The world boss is here. The comrade is here. Let me hear. And every time I knock on my neighbor door. Again.
And every time I knock on my neighbor door, I hear it. Every day they sit down and wonder. Them a plan to get rid of labor, but this time it's brimstone and fire. Labor coming stronger and better, so I'm going to call out the neighbor. Neighbor, and every time I knock on me neighbor door.
Comrades of labor.
Labor, and every time I knock on me neighbor door. I hear labor. Oh, hit them for six, hit them for six. This time it's plenty licks. Hit them for six, hit them for six. This time it's plenty licks. Hit them for six, hit them for six. This time it's plenty licks. Labor at your door, knocking boom, boom, boom. Labor at your door, knocking boom, boom, boom. Comrade at your door, knocking boom, boom, boom. Comrade at your door.
I'm very pleased to be here with you in Lowman's Leeward, in the constituency of West Kingstown. And I want to thank Camilla for giving way, because I have to go from here to Mount Bentic. I have a meeting. I just finished speaking at Dorsetshire Hill. You know, earlier the year I used to hear that the NDP saying the comrade is overweight. He wouldn't be able to campaign like how he did in the past. And unless he go to 2-3 meetings, you know, the ULP ain't accustomed to him not being around and all sort of thing. And he getting older. Well, you know, if you watch me since the early June to now, I eat sensible, I exercise, I lose 50 pounds because I was preparing myself for the battle. And the brain is doing very well. And when you watch me moves, even though I might look old in the face, I'm young in the waist. And I don't want Eloise to let out my business. Tonight, I want to talk to you about this woman called Kisal Melissa Peters, and I want to talk about women. Have my notebook? Now I want to talk first about Kisal. You hear me a lot about policies. I'm going to talk. Boy, that yellow they look bad, boy. That yellow they got jaundice. That yellow they got jaundice. Jaundice. No. Kisal Peters has come from the bowels of the people. Her father used to work at the port. God bless his soul. Her mother was a strong, and is a strong working class woman. She's a child of the education revolution. Before the ULP, people like Kisal Peters couldn't look forward to be a lawyer, to get a university education. And it's a long time I looking at her to be a candidate. You know, when she was 14 years old, she was part of a young choir, a Christian choir, a gospel choir, which we sent to St. Kitts to help Denzel Douglas Labour Party to win the election. She sang there for Labour in St. Kitts when she was 14 years old. And then when we recruited her to come to the parliament, she was already 10 years as a lawyer, an excellent lawyer. But what Daniel Cummins had to say about her. Daniel Cummins called she the fat girl who run against him. Well, first of all, those of you who are a little overweight, man or woman, when Daniel Cummins come by, tell him, I'm too fat to vote for Margadog. You hear me? She's a fat girl. The brain she got in she head, Daniel Cummins. Though where she got she fingernail it inside that Daniel head. And at least when there's full moon, she could walk and enjoy it. I asked Cummins if he could enjoy full moon. Then there's a fella, a torn coat. Watch a beautiful black woman like this woman. And you know the NDP them say and the torn coat them that she bleaches skin. Every time a woman of quality, a black woman, an African empress, come to take the platform, you always have some people who want to pull them down. They tried with René Baptiste. Vicious and nasty. When we came to office, the attitude of the NDP, and people around the NDP, women, barefoot, ignorant, pregnant, and in the kitchen. Barefoot, ignorant, pregnant, and in the kitchen. But because of the Unity Labour Party policies, they ain't barefoot no more. They got shoes on the foot. And they got stylish shoes on the foot. Praise God. Louboutin. You hear me? Fancy shoe. Top of the line on 5th Avenue in New York. Buying it on Amazon. Then, ignorant. Most of the people who at community college are women. You had when NDP came to power, 450 people at community college. You have now 2,700. And more than half of them are women. More than half of them are at university. There used to be 4 scholarships. In August, we gave out over 3,000 scholarships to university. And if you look around, you see how the women them carrying themselves? Stylish and nice. And if you're a dotish man, they ain't bothering with you anymore. The man them have to come up to Mark. The man them have to come up to Mark. And if they ain't coming up to Mark, they ain't got no picnic with you. But it's the same attitude, backward attitude that Friday say. Breed, and I'm going to give $500. Insulting. Absolutely insulting. And in the kitchen, while they can cook, because the mommy and the granny teach them how to cook, they want to choose with their own money to go out to restaurant with their friends. No longer the women in this country are preoccupied with being barefoot, ignorant, pregnant, and in the kitchen. The young women, they fly in more than ever before. That is to the glory of God and to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. You had a culture where man used to love to beat up woman. And some man still love to beat up woman. We pass laws in this country, strong laws against domestic violence. We put institutional arrangements in the Ministry of Social Development where she is a distinguished minister, Ministry of National Mobilization, to protect women and defend their rights. You notice the difference? They're wondering, why is it that so many women support labor? Women support labor because of the policies of labor. Around here tonight, you have a good number of men. But you got more women here than man. More women here than man. And any of the rallies you go to, even though you got plenty man, you got a whole heap of woman. And I want to say to the woman them between now and election day, I don't have to read and spell for you. If you have a husband or a partner or a boyfriend, and they ain't quite with labor yet, you know how to turn them to labor, to get them to the polling station. I don't have to read and spell for you. Rastaman, I love you from long time. We are brethren from long time, me and you. It's a lot of struggle we go through. It's all right, man, after the election. Let me win the thing first. Let me win the thing first, Rastaman. We have provided benefits to women in the way never before provided. At the NIS, you get a maternity grant for $660. But that's not all. At Kisal Ministry, if a young woman was a child, if she parents throw she out, or she and the man fall out and the man throw you out of the house, we rent a house for the woman so she and she baby could stay there. We provide food voucher. We provide voucher for milk. We provide money for Pampers. Friday, listen to me. You insult woman. I don't know if you have a daughter. But you will give your daughter $500 for breed? That's how the question has to go. The women of St. Vincent and the Grenadines are saying to you, Friday and the NDP, you could keep your money and they go keep their honey and they go die with their dignity. Go around St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Look in the government. Let me tell you. I write them down so I wouldn't forget. First of all, you see certain things. For the first time in the history of this country, under the ULP, you had first of all a Governor General deputy, who is a woman. Then she acted as a Governor General. And now we have a woman as Governor General. The deputy to the Governor General is a woman. The Cabinet Secretary is a woman. Let me call out the permanent secretary them. Most of the ministries are headed by permanent secretaries and they are women. The permanent secretary at the office of the Prime Minister. The permanent secretary is health. Permanent secretary in the Ministry of National Mobilization. The Ministry of Works. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The Ministry of Tourism and Culture. The Ministry of Housing. The Ministry of National Security. In the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, women run things. And let me tell you this. Not only that, the senior positions. The chief medical officer is a woman. The chief immigration officer and the deputy a woman. The chief education officer is a woman. The chief personal officer, the one responsible for hiring everybody in government, is a woman. The deputy at customs is a woman. The director of audit is a woman. The speaker and the deputy speaker, a woman. The ambassadors at the United Nations for us in Washington, in Taiwan, the deputy ambassador in London for us, in Cuba and Venezuela, a woman. The recently appointed Consul General in Toronto for our country is a young woman from Byra Hill. And what we do, there was a time long ago, the only people who used to occupy these positions is men inside of a little club from a social circle around town. Now, we have some from town, but we got a woman them from all over St. Vincent and the Grenadines, because we having these women flying like eagles with their wings unclipped.
So amazing how this world was made.
The strength of a woman.
God is a woman. The gift of life astounds me to this day. I give it up for the woman. She's the constant wind that...
We have changed the economy in such a way that when you see every day from Lowmans since 2001, you see something we never had happened before. All over from Cedar Valley come round. I see you, that's why you call Cedar Valley. Listen, before you hardly had any woman coming out from Lowman's area going to town to work. They go into town to work in banking and finance. They go into town to work in the public service. They go into town to work in the teaching service. You got more police women now than ever before in the history of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. You have women going to work down Sandals in tourism, out on the tourism strip, at restaurants as chefs. There are women now who working from home, advertising online, working as chefs. They come to you if you have an event. They fix you up. If you have a wedding, they organize from home and they get prime grant from Camilo Ministry. Buy the stove, the fridge, their deep freeze, their microwave, all their pots and pans to help them. That's what labor has done to the building up of women and entrepreneurs. You look at the professions, more than half of the doctors them at the hospital. Let me ask you, how many doctors you think that hospital, comrade? No. 98 doctors at the hospital. You hear me? 23 of them are consultant specialists. The hospital with them are run down, you know. And more than half of them are women. In 2001, the legal profession was a fraternity. It consisted largely of men. And the sons of men who are also a lawyer, Arthur Williams' boys, Ralph Gonzalez's son. You see where I'm coming from? If there any girl, is Denny daughter. Emery Robinson's son and daughter. And so on and so forth. Now, you go to tongue, you go to court, the population among the legal profession, by far, most of them are women. It was a fraternity, it is now a sorority. That happened by accident, you know. That happened because Labour sent them to university to study. Take them out from the kitchen. Take them out from ignorance. Take them out from barefoot. And lift them higher. We have programs to help elderly men and women. When I had the opportunity to name senators after the last election, I named 4 women. I gave 2 of them ministry. I make one of them a deputy speaker. And I make another one a parliamentary secretary. This young lady gave her the portfolio of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, a prestigious one. I put her out there. The people all over the world love her for her natural beauty. She ain't really need any makeup to be a cutie, you know. And she's stylish. And when she go, her favorite designer is a woman in West St. George. When she put on, she frock them. NDP man and some NDP woman got envy and jealous. Well, here now, nobody stop you, cheap steak, from going buy good frock for your woman to wear. Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. You all have a gem of a woman here. I want you to support her. And I want you to support her to advance in politics. This woman has it in her. And I want you to make her a representative. She has it in her that in years to come, to be the first female prime minister in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
You're Leicester, we not just we coming to the west now. Hear me say, West Kingstown deserves a brighter day. Hear the sound of my voice. I'm your comrade, I'm your choice.
I see a lot of men over there in red t-shirt on the perimeter and some without t-shirt. Don't make a mistake and choose the NDP. Every single thing progressive and good for the development of the country they oppose. Rabica Bridge, Argyle International Airport, Modern Medical, the port, the hospital at Annisvale, the first class sports complex in Annisvale, the St. Vincent Beach Stadium, the housing program, our run for the Security Council at the United Nations, and so on and so forth. All these things, which together make St. Vincent and the Grenadines one of the most progressive countries in the world. And let me tell you this. Don't buy a pig in a bag when it comes to leadership. Don't take a risk. Don't take a chance. If you want to take a chance, play lotto. Play 3D, play scratchy, but don't play any games with our country. We can have a lot of reversals of the progress that we have made. We are now the fastest growing economy in the East, in the Caribbean, after Guyana, and they have oil and natural gas.
Too far to turn back now. Too far to turn back now. We marching you and me on to victory. Too far to turn back now.
And if you want to see the measures which we have taken to ease the cost of living, look at the last set of measures that I proposed in my Independence Day speech. You listen to Friday, the numbers don't add up. His arithmetic does not add up. What he's talking about will create convulsions and disaster in the economy and in the society. For 25 years, we have had political stability. Friday can't even control Mali than who he pay for. It's Cummins and Liquor who he ain't pay for. And Bramble and Israel Bruce. Malidan say, Friday tell me don't sing dirty song, but the girl they want dirty song, so I singing dirty song. Friday say, don't sing song about gun and violence. But the thugs them, the bad man them want me sing, so me I sing. You think that if a man like that I hire him, he at my stage. I pull the plug and he right away. If you go and listen, when Malidan was coming on the stage, when he was at the bottom of the stage, he was with the NDP General Secretary, a fella named Smith. And there was a song coming and he talking. He said, tonight is a wild night. Ladies, take off your... I ain't saying I tell you to take off. Because children are going to be listening to me. And he tell the man them, hold on to your bitches. That's what he call woman. All of that fits in to the same theme. If he can't control Malidan, who he pay for? He could control man like Cummins and Liquor and Bramble. And all the NDP man who are lined up by the trough to eat a food. Listen to me. Keep your head on, eh? We have reached a stage where we are taking the country to a first world status within a 15-year period. London, Paris, New York, and Toronto will have a larger area, but they will not have anything over us. And artificial intelligence with the young people in the vanguard will be helping us to enlarge our space, our scope. There's a glorious future in stability and peace and shared prosperity for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Next week, by the weekend, a document is going to arrive called Developing SVG as a First World Nation. That publication is already on Amazon. You can go and read it. You can buy it and you can read it online. Regional integration is a big issue. I just write a book on it. We launched it at the United Nations in September. Before the end of this election campaign, there's a book over 500 pages on leadership in the Caribbean which I have written. If you want to lead, you have to have ideas. You have to have vision. You can't just sit down like Friday, lazy, weak, a fake, indecisive. Labor, we can't sit down. We can't sit down. We can't sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. We have to be active. On Thursday the 13th, you have the last day for the special registration period. Make sure the young people organize and go and get registered. Make sure. It is absolutely impossible for the NDP to win this election. Because there are 8 seats which we have never lost since 2001. And there is no way which we can lose them. And there are others to put on top of that. And the polls are showing that. But the most important poll is election day. And the people want to keep the ULP and keep the comrade there because they see the vision, they see the progress which we have done. And very importantly, This beautiful goddess. This African goddess. Yeah. Young people could relate to she. Women could relate to her. Fathers and grandfathers could relate to her. You ever see young people and women around Cummins? You ever see that? You go see patches. But you don't see young people and women around Cummins. They stay the distance from Cummins like how Jumbie stay away from holy water. This is the future. Vote for Kisal Melissa Peters. I don't want to stay longer, but it might take me about 40 minutes to reach Mount Bentic, and I have to talk there tonight. And the voice ain't cracking yet, even though it's 23 speeches and more I'm doing every night. This man, God make him special. You can lick me up. You can beat me. You can knock me down. I'm a hard man for that. Good night, and may Almighty God continue.
We not just start. We coming to the west now. Hear me say, West Kingstown deserves a brighter day. Hear the sound of my voice. I'm your comrade, I'm your choice. Put me inside the mix, comrade hitting them for 6. NDP full of time wasters, every election I get licks. I say, put me inside the mix, comrade hitting them for 6. NDP full of time wasters, every election I get licks. Boy, West Kingstown, do you hear this song? I will lift you higher, never let you down. In this moment, I make a vow. West Kingstown, your time is now. Young, gifted, and
West Kingstown. Labour Massive. What a way the comrade leader works for the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I was in his office earlier today, and he was working. He had a stack of papers on his desk, and he was working on different ways to advance young people. He was in touch with the Vincentian Student Association in Jamaica to see how they're recovering after Hurricane Melissa. He was on the phone with foreign leaders and leaders around the Caribbean. And still he get up and say that he going to Dorsetshire Hill, he going to Mount Bentic, he going to West Kingstown, and he is working for the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And that is the example that the Prime Minister has set for each and everybody in his cabinet and in the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Behind me is Randy Brewster, our Minister of Housing, and Kisal Peters, our Minister of Social Development. The three biggest tasks that the government had over the last few years: build a port, the modern port that was being built, build back People House after the Hurricane Beryl impact, and help people out with income support and other supports after La Soufre erupted and after Hurricane Beryl. The port, the houses, the social assistance. And those three jobs, the Prime Minister trusted to the three youngest ministers in his government. He trusted the port to Comrade Sister Benava Brown, and she built us a beautiful port, one of the best ports anywhere in the Caribbean. The housing,
he trusted to Comrade Orlando Randy Brewster. And Randy has built or repaired more houses in the last year than at any point in the entire history of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We have built and fixed more houses in the last year than ever before. And I know some people ain't get a house bill yet. But bet your bottom dollar that if Randy set a record this year, he will set another record next year in building houses for people in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And then, all of the people across St. Vincent and the Grenadines who were displaced by the volcano, who were made homeless by the hurricane, who lost their jobs in the hospitality sector or elsewhere, who were impacted negatively by natural disasters. This lady, Kisal Peters, was the one in charge of keeping those lives and livelihoods together. She was the one in charge of making sure that you got that little card with your little money on it every month to keep you together. She was the one in charge of making sure that school children who were displaced from all over the country and all over the Grenadines got a little extra something to buy the uniform and buy the school books and go forward together. She was the one responsible for the soul of St. Vincent and the Grenadines to make sure that young people, old people, displaced people, working people, disabled people, displaced people were all kept whole and comfortable and secure and felt the love of the Unity Labour Party and the love of their brothers and sisters in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The three most important jobs that we had in the last few years, the Prime Minister gave to his three youngest ministers. All three of them, each of them under the age of 40. Now, while we in the ULP are trusting young people, are giving responsibilities to young people, are making young people the leaders of the next generation in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the opposition frayed young people and running from young people and running down behind the same old tired representatives that they have been pushing before the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines for the last 25 plus years. Imagine we are the governing party, and since 2001 we have changed every single elected representative and candidate except for the Honorable Prime Minister Ralph Gonsalves. Everybody who started has given way and said, you know what? It is Labour philosophy that we do our time and then we pass the baton to somebody else. You don't wait to lose an election. You don't wait to get licks to leave. So, Comrade Mike Brown, pass it to Comrade Cess Mackey, who pass it to Comrade Curtis King. And Comrade Selman Walters, pass it to Comrade Saboto Caesar. And Comrade Clayton Borgin, pass it to me. And Comrade Golin Miguel, pass it to Comrade Jimmy Prince. And everybody that we had said, we have done our time. It is time to let a new generation rise up and take this country higher and take this country further. But what do we have on the other side? Friday has been running in Beckway since 2001, and he ain't giving way. Even though Beckway is a fairly safe seat for the New Democratic Party. And Leacock, 70-something years old, never once spent a day in government, but still holding on for that one day when he could get a chance to be in government. Instead of giving way, instead of mentoring the next generation and saying, young Vincentians, rise up and take your place. And here in West Kingstown, Daniel Cummins, also 70-something years old, also zero experience in government, also refusing to give way to the great young talent that we have in West Kingstown that can more than rise up and replace him and go further and better in this constituency. But Cummins' time is fast coming to an end. Because we had a great representative in this constituency, a talented lawyer, a talented woman who grew up and was raised up in this community, a talented woman who showed her love for the people of this constituency, a talented woman lawyer who was represented well the dreams and aspirations of the people of West Kingstown. And when the people of West Kingstown saw this talented woman lawyer named Renee Baptiste, everybody elected her and honored her with the honor of being the representative of this constituency. And now we have found another talented woman lawyer from the bowels of West Kingstown who has demonstrated her love for the people of West Kingstown, her aptitude, her talent, her skill, her kindness, her grace, her caring, her intelligence, her discipline, her vision, her plans. And Sister Renee has found a worthy recipient to receive the baton of leadership of Labour in West Kingstown. And Sister Renee is passing that baton to comrade Sister Kisal Melissa Peters.
Hear me say, West Kingstown deserves a brighter day. Hear the sound of my voice. I'm your comrade, I'm your choice.
And now it's time for West Kingstown to send a message to the New Democratic Party. Now it's time for West Kingstown to say that the old tricks and the old strategies and the old tactics that the NDP use to divide and conquer have no place in a modern, forward-looking West Kingstown. Now it's time for West Kingstown to say that we will not be insulted by the trinkets that you throw out to try to fool us when election come around. They're telling people now they go give you $500 to breed. Sister, I love what you say there. They reach $500 to breed, but they will not tell you whether or not they will give everybody a scholarship who wants to go to university. They're telling you about $500 to breed, but they talk and talk and talk, but they have not told you if they will build your house if your house ain't built yet. They talk about $500 to breed, but they will not tell you if the students in your school will get laptops for free to further their education. They're telling you about $500 to breed, but they will not tell you whether they will bring more hotels to this country to create more jobs for young people in this country. They're reaching to the lowest levels because they believe that you can be bought. They believe that if they say $500, your eye go get crazy. You go get bazodi. And you go say, me want a $500, so me go vote for him. But the people of West Kingstown have gone beyond that kind of foolishness in politics. The people of West Kingstown want to own their future. The people of West Kingstown want to say, if I can see it, if I can dream it, if I can vision it, then I can achieve it. And the people of West Kingstown are saying, we need a partner to help us achieve our dreams and our aspirations. If you want to go to school, the people of West Kingstown want a partner to work with them, to help them get into school, to have good classes in the community college, to have good opportunities to go off to any university in the world and have money to help pay for the tuition. If you want to start a business, the people of West Kingstown want a government that will give them a grant to get them started, to buy the tools that they need to start their business. If you want to be an entertainer, the people of West Kingstown want a government who will work with you to help you develop your craft, to hone your skills, to teach you the legal ins and outs of the business, to give you opportunities to perform in hotels and on cruise ships and right here in our festivals in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. If you want to become a farmer, the people of West Kingstown want a government that will help them with fertilizer and tools and implements and land and markets where you can sell your products. They don't want to hear whole of $500 and go breed. We gone past that. And we have more talent and vision and skill and discipline than anybody could try to buy us out with a trinket and a giveaway. We have a sister here, right in front of me. She is the greatest female distance runner St. Vincent and the Grenadines ever produced. And she was the greatest female distance runner anywhere in the Caribbean. Comrade Sister Linda McDowell. And all of us, anywhere in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, if you used to wake up early in the morning, you would see Linda pounding that pavement, running miles and miles and miles up and down the road. Quietly, no fanfare. And then every once in a while you see in the newspaper, Linda McDowell win the CARICOM 10K or 5K. Linda McDowell wins another race here. Linda McDowell has exceeded in this other area. And she did it because she had a vision, she had a plan, she had discipline, and she worked towards her goals. And she understood that by the sweat of your brow, that is how you eat bread. By the sweat of your brow, that is how you eat bread. But the New Democratic Party wants you to forget that wisdom. By the sweat of your brow, you eat bread. They want to come to you and say, sell yourself. Sell your health care. So when you go to the hospital, they ask you what is hurting and why you're sick. They ask you how much money you have. And if you ain't got no money, well, crap, smoke your pipe. Because they want to set up a healthcare system for the wealthy and the well-off and the elites. They want to sell healthcare. They want to sell your passport to make a quick dollar. Never mind that you ain't going to be able to get no visa to go overseas. Never mind that you won't be able to transfer any money back and forth on Western Union and MoneyGram. Never mind that the name of St. Vincent and the Grenadines will have a mark against it. And we will be embarrassed. And people will say, how are you a country if any man jack can come from anywhere and call himself a citizen of your country if they throw a little money on the table? They want to sell out our friends in Taiwan who have done everything we have ever asked them to do for us. Scholarships, ports, schools, internships, training, bridges, roads. Everything we ask Taiwan for, they say we will help you. But they say, no, we're going to sell them out too because we want to make a quick buck. And now they reach into your bedroom and they want you to sell your womb for $500. And before the election day comes, they will come to your house like Nicodemus in the dead of night and try to get you to sell your vote for a couple trinkets. But we have to understand that our future is brighter and more important than anything that the New Democratic Party can use to try to induce you. You will not sell out your party like Judas for 30 pieces of silver. You will stand with the party that has the vision, the skill, the energy, the will, and the plans to lift St. Vincent and the Grenadines higher. And you have a particular responsibility to send a message to the New Democratic Party and Daniel Cummins in West Kingstown. Because for all the time that Cummins has been here, there is nothing that you can say that Daniel Cummins has done for West Kingstown. Nothing. Cummins is a great man to tell everybody how they're stupid. If you want to do something, oh my Lord, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. If you have an idea, oh my God, that's a stupid idea. If you start to do something, oh my God, why did he do it like that? But if you ask what Daniel Cummins has done for West Kingstown, the answer is nothing. If you ask for an idea, a proposal, a plan, an initiative that Daniel Cummins has put forward for the people of West Kingstown, the answer is nothing. Show me your plan. He has no plan. Show me your accomplishments. he has no accomplishments. Show me your achievements. He has no achievements. All he could talk about was how once upon a time he was the head of the CWSA. Before Somalia even born. Daniel Cummins is out of ideas. Daniel Cummins is out of energy. Daniel Cummins is out of proposals and policies for the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines and the people of West Kingstown. Daniel Cummins does not know what he wants to do. Oh Lord, forgive them, Lord, for they know not what they do. Daniel Cummins' time is no longer coming. It is going. He's not Daniel coming, he's Daniel going. And soon he will be Daniel going, Daniel going, Daniel gone. And who will replace Daniel gone but our new star in West Kingstown, Kisal Melissa Peters.
Hear me say, West Kingstown deserves a brighter day. Hear the sound of my voice. I'm your comrade, I'm your choice.
Very tune.
Put me inside the mix, comrade hitting them for 6. NDP full of time wasters.
It is time for us to say that we've had enough of Cummins. And that Cummins is now goings. And it is time for us to say that there is a day and a time for everything under the sun. There was a time for us to laugh and play. There was a time for us in West Kingstown to walk through those wilderness years of Daniel Cummins. And now is the time in West Kingstown for us to have fresh ideas, initiatives, energy, strength, and vision in Kisal Peters. Comrades, this election is a very important one. This election is the election that will determine the direction of St. Vincent and the Grenadines for years and years to come. This is election where we will decide whether or not it is in our DNA to help people after they have been damaged in a natural disaster. If we are not re-elected, every house will start and go finish. And every house will never start will never start. If we are not re-elected, all those students who are in university in Taiwan will have to jump on a plane and come home. If we are not re-elected, all of those students who have tuition scholarships in Mona, in Cave Hill, in St. Augustine, in Monroe College will have to come home because the New Democratic Party will not fund them. If we are not re-elected, the hospital that we're building at Arnersville will stop because that is being built by a Taiwanese company and they're going to sell us out and go to China. If we are not re-elected, all of the gains of St. Vincent and the Grenadines will be reversed. The New Democratic Party said they would want to cap investment in this country, which means stop any further investment in this country. So the beaches resort that is to be built will stop, and that means 2,000 jobs will go down the drain. 2,000 Vincentian jobs. And all the farmers that would sell food to the hotel will have nowhere to sell their food. And all the entertainers who would make a money performing there will have nowhere to perform. We are at a crossroads. We are in the valley of decision. And when you walk into that booth, you have to think clearly and rationally. Don't think about a $500 to breed. Because by the time you buy 2 diapers and 2 powder milk, and 2, what do you think for the diaper rash name where you're up on the baby bamsy? By the time you do 2 of that, it done. You get 2 wipes, it done. That can't hold you. All the empty promises that they're making can't hold you. But you know what can hold you and sustain you? You, your vision. You, your ideas. You, your talent. You, the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, united are the most powerful force anywhere in the Caribbean and anywhere in the world. Don't sell out your future for NDP gimmicks and tricks. I like games, but now is not a time for games. Now is a serious time. But in the games I like cricket, the best shot in cricket is when you hit her. And I like to play dominoes. And how you start dominoes is when you pose double. And I like tennis. And I hear when you win a tennis game, it had to be 6-love. And everything we do between now and election day is about protecting the 6. Everything we do between now and election day is about being united. And everything we do between now and election day in West Kingstown is about defending your comrade sister, Kisal Melissa Peters. You have a jewel in Kisal Peters. You have somebody with extraordinary intelligence. You have somebody with an extraordinary work ethic. You have somebody who is willing to work every single day and night for the people of West Kingstown and the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We believe in Kisal Peters. That is why we entrusted her with the hard work of being our Minister of Social Development. We believe in Kisal Peters. That is why we made her the face of this country as the Minister of Foreign Affairs. We believe in Kisal Peters. That is why we placed her in the cabinet as a minister in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We believe in Kisal Peters because she has been tried and tested and proven to be a great minister, and she will be an even greater representative. We believe in Kisal Peters because she has shown us what she is made of, and she has shown us that she is made of the finest stuff. She is a Labour woman true and true. The constituency of West Kingstown has elected Labour before and enjoyed its brightest times with a Labour representative. And now it's time for West Kingstown to come home to Labour. And I want you to look to your friends and say, all of us are voting for Labour on election day. And I want you to talk to your friends who didn't vote last election and say, now is the time to vote for Labour in this election. And I want you to talk to your friends who made a mistake and voted for NDP in the past and say, come home to Labour. All are welcome within the Unity Labour Party. I want us to send a message to the NDP that the politics of yesterday are gone. That the tricks of yesterday are gone. That the division of yesterday is gone. And the fella who was coming is now going and going and gone. This is the time for unity. This is the time for strength. This is the time for vision and plans. And this is the time for Kisal Melissa Peters as your next representative. Comrades of West Kingstown, I love you. And I know that you will bring Kisal home on election day. Good night. God bless and long live the Unity Labour Party.
Me and my neighbor, voting for Labour. Me and my neighbor, voting for Labour. Show me your voting finger. Raise up your voting finger. Show me your voting finger.
Comrades, put them up, put them up. Somebody say.
Me and my neighbor, voting for Labour. Voting for Labour. Me and my neighbor, voting for Labour.
What we doing? Whoa, we voting. Play the man, play the man.
Hit them for 6.
Play the man.
This time is plenty licks. Hit them for 6. Hit them for 6. This time is plenty licks.
I want to see your voting finger. Put the voting finger up.
This time is
just put it up.
Neighbor,
Shouting, oh neighbor, you know. Somebody sing for me, the man.
Comrade that you know, knocking boom, boom, boom. The comrade that you know, knocking boom.
Comrades of Labour, sing.
And every time I knock on me neighbor door.
I want to hear you. I can't hear you. Once again.
And every time I knock on me neighbor door, I hear it.
Somebody say Labour. I was learning some of the places in West Kingstown. Forgive me. Comrade Kizal, I heard is Cedar Valley. Where else again? Maho. Where else again? Spring. Where else again? Old Buff. Where else again? Body Gutter. Where else again? Great House. Where else again? Gun Hill? What? Battery Hill. Me know about Battery Hill. Walker Peace. I know about Walker Peace. Comrades of West Kingstown, somebody say Labor. I just wanna remind you that tomorrow we having a mega rally. I didn't know about the rally, right? We're going down to Chateaubelair. Anybody going Chateaubelair, say Labor. And then we out in South Windward, that's where I'm from. I'm a Bible man. You see how far I reach? To support my comrade sister, you see? We're going South Windward for Christopher Martin. Somebody say Labor. Because as much as we have to defend the sixth term, we have to celebrate the sixth term, right? Because it's an easy defense. A very easy defense, right, comrades? So that means so Comrade Camilo just reminded me that there's a boat. I think it's more than one, I heard. It's more than one. 2 boats. They're leaving from Port Kingstown. Well, not the new port. Not the modern port. They're leaving from the Grenadines. That would soon be a very picturesque and developed cruise ship port. And, you know, everything going to be there. We ain't done with the waterfront yet, you know. That's one phase. One phase. We got many phases to go. But we're taking the boat, the new ferry and another ferry. We're going down to Chateaubelair tomorrow. And it leaves at 6 p.m. All right? So, comrades, if you're taking the boat, make sure you're there for 5:30. Make sure you have on your red shirts. You have your red flag like my sister did already. You have your hand, not the hand where you get from the man or the woman. The hand, blood of handy. That, yes. The hand get extra volume. Anyway, we're moving along. Comrade Sister Kizal, there's a young lady who says she wants to pay a tribute to you because you have touched her life and the life of her family and other persons and neighbors and friends because, you know, you have done work. I would not repeat a lot of what Comrade Camilo said in the work that she has done for the community, the constituency, and even in her ministry. But there are people, we don't have enough time to bring everybody on stage to show tribute to this lady. So we bring in one by one. The election's still early. The campaign's trail is still long. But there's one young lady by the name of Rankin Bash. Rankin Bash? You know her name, Rankin Bash? From Atley Hall? But how me could forget Atley Hall? Atley Hall the here? Edinburgh. Top and lower. Atley Hall, Baghdad. We have Rankin Bash. Make some noise for Rankin Bash. Somebody say Labor.
Yeah. Peters.
Kizal Peters.
Yeah.
Labor, jump for labor, wave
Jump
for
up
labor,
for labor. Wave up flag for labor. Kizal Peters is the best. No other can. Minister for the West.
Minister for the West.
Peters
Yes,
is
growth and progress. Hard work is success.
you don't have to stress. Everybody jump, labor, labor, wave, labor, 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 labor all the way. Labor, labor. DJ. Kizal Peters.
Peters. Labor, jump for labor, wave
Wave
for
for labor.
labor all the way. Jump up for labor. Hazel Peters is the best. No other can test. Minister for the West. Peters, yes, we vote in progress. Hard work is success. You don't have to stress. Everybody jump. Labor, labor, with labor, 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 labor all the way. Labor, labor, don't care where them say. Labor, labor, with my comrades there. Labor, labor, we stand right there. Hazel Peters. Yeah, all my comrades. That's my minister. Yeah. We vote in labor. Labor, 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 labor. Hey. Edinburgh hard court. Children ready for sport. Check out the port. International airport. This election is real session. Put up your red flag if you're voting the comrade. Everybody jump. Labor, labor, with labor, 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 labor all the way. Labor, labor, don't care where them say. Labor, labor, with my comrades there. Labor, labor, we stand right there. All my comrades. All my comrades. Yeah. Labor, jump for labor, wait for labor. Labor all the way. 6 in a row. Unity labor we go. Peters, you don't know. 6 in a row. Unity labor we go. Peters, you don't know. West Kingstown gone home. Polling station. Look at people. X to the star. We vote in labor. Everybody jump. Labor, labor. With labor, 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 labor all the way. Labor, labor, don't care where them say. Labor, labor, where my comrades there. Labor, labor, we stand right there. Labor all the way. Hazel Peters. Hazel Peters. Wherever you put Miss Peters. Hazel Peters. Yeah.
Make some nice ranking, boy. Ranking, but say labor, labor. Labor all the way. Labor. Labor all the way. Comrades of labor, say labor. We're getting sweet, we're getting nice, car-wise, a nice weekend for the Labour Party. And all the comrades, then we have to rally together. Because on November the 27th, no, I ain't going to make no mistake. The NDP will win the election on the 37th of November. The ULP will win the election on the 27th of November. That is the difference. All right. So right now, we're gonna invite to the podium to bring greetings from a constituency that the NDP is watching hard. And they well want that seat bad. But that man down there in Central Leeward, boy, that one there, boy. That one there, no. This man is a hard man for win. So right now, coming to the podium to bring all of the vibes, greetings, and love from Central Leeward. Ladies and gentlemen, comrades, make some noise for Randy Brewster.
I was buried alive, but I'm still breathing. I don't know what tomorrow may bring, but I got a feeling.
I got a feeling.
I am alive. There must be a reason. I was given one more chance. My heart's still beating.
But I'm still breathing.
I'm still breathing.
I don't know.
Don't know what tomorrow may bring,
But I got a feeling.
Oh, I am alive. There must be a reason.
I was given one more chance.
I was given one more chance. My heart's still beating. Now all this time I've been blind. Only running against the wind. Friends of mine, class with time. After living a life of sin, some
Many give up.
many give in. It's my determination to win. I survive the worst of times. I survive.
Thank you. West Kingstown. West Kingstown. Make some noise, make some noise, make some noise! Syllable! I'm always happy to speak at a meeting for the Unity Labour Party. But I'm extremely excited tonight to be in the constituency of West Kingstown to support my sister, KMP, Kisal Melissa Peters. And I want to tell you tonight, West Kingstown, that you have here in West Kingstown a gem of a woman. A gem of a woman that is hardworking. A gem of a woman that is dedicated to your cause. A gem of a woman that can make decisions, and good and solid decisions for this constituency. And a gem of a woman who is not fake like some of the others. I want to tell you first and foremost that Sister Kisal Melissa Peters and Orlando Randy Brewster, we go way back when. We go way back to high school days when she was in high school and I was enrolled at the St. Vincent Boys Grammar School. And I know over the years that Kisal Melissa Peters is someone who has brought herself and her family to the next level because of her hard work, her discipline and her dedication. And thank our comrade leader also for the education revolution, which has placed young people like KMP and Orlando Randy Brewster to sit at the government's table to make good decisions for this country, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. But it is not done there, because the same opportunities that we had, myself and Kisal, we want the same opportunities for the next generation that is coming up. That is why this campaign, we have a team that we are telling you that you should own your future. Do not worry about some of the others who will come around, because they will talk a lot of things. They will tell you about $500 for having baby, but they don't tell you what happened after the baby born. Tell you about $500 for babies, and they promised the students in the Southern Grenadines $100,000, and up to this time, after 10 or minutes to 11, they still ain't deliver 1 cent of the $100,000. But they won't tell you, but they go give you $500 for baby. You can't trust them. They are fake, and they are more fake. I want to speak to you tonight and tell you that on the 27th of November, I don't know where they just get the dates from. One said the 28th of March. Some said the 37th. I don't know where they just get the date from. But you know that you are going to vote on the 27th of November 2025. But I want to tell you this. Many of them, they're silent on many things. And if you realize that there's a trend with the new Democratic Party, it's every week they're coming out with a new pledge, a new promise. Because in week 1, when they China one day, they say they're going to increase this and increase that. But that ain't stick. So they say, you know what? We got to go back. And demand them who write the script from up so. Tell them, okay, we'll try this. And they come again another week. And they pledge and they promise you something else. But I will tell you this, West Kingstown. When you are desperate, you will throw anything at the wall and hope for something to stick. If you want to run a country like that, it means that you're not serious about the people and the future of this nation. Serious people will put together solid plans and solid policies and solid projects. I would tell you that these people, they go around and they say they love young people and they want more jobs for young people. But I will tell you a story about them. When Sandals was being opened down in Buckerman Bay, these same people from the NDP who was running around and talking about we want jobs, 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 came down in a community meeting and tried to derail the entire investment of Sandals. When I tell you they're not serious about you and they're not serious about your children and your grandchildren's future, believe me, Orlando Randy Brewster is talking to you seriously. If you say that you want young people to get work here, you will not make a statement Major League Cup made to say that we should cap all of the investments coming into our country. Don't make them fool you. Don't make them fool you. I will tell you what their aim is. And young people, I want you to listen to me. If you have been out of a job for 25 years, the first day that you're going there, and you know by the signs, you know the good book say, the sign shall tell you where they're going. When you should always watch the sign. They're not serious about taking this country to the next level. Because they've been out of power for so long. The only thing that's on their mind is the money in the pocket. And you know how they want to get that money in the pocket? They want to sell out our passport and citizenship. I only have one passport. But Friday say that he has two passports. He had the Vincent one in the back pocket and the Canadian one in the front pocket. So if you realize what is happening with them, he ain't saying, let me sell the Canadian one, you know. No, because I want too good, I want too precious to him. He want to sell out with Vincentian passports. And you have to pay attention to these things. Because if they get a chance, like, you know, to get into government, they will be weeping and mourning and gnashing of teeth. I would give you more examples as to why we should not elect these guys on the other side. When we had Hurricane Beryl last year and persons were displaced and lost their roofs, many lost their homes. We started the process. We said to you, we came to you truthfully, and we said, listen, this thing is going to take time. We said, listen, if we don't have all the money at once, and if we don't have all the money, if we have all the money, we don't have all the material. And if we have all the material, we don't have all the workmen to do the work. And we spoke to you truthfully and honestly. And we said to you that this thing will take some time to, especially for the total rebuilding of many of the homes. And we have done good work thus far. In just over a year or so, we have accomplished over 5,000. But there's more to go. And I always say this. I grew up in less than ideal conditions as it relates to my housing condition when I was younger. And it aches my heart many times when I see persons, living in less than ideal condition. And I've made it my business. This government has said over the years that after any natural disasters, we will help you rebuild. And not just rebuild, but we want to make sure that we rebuild better than you were before. And we have been doing that. We did it multiple times. And when you were displaced last year after Hurricane Beryl, some were in shelter, some were in guest houses. And we were trying to move quickly in the Ministry of Housing to get persons back into their homes. And when we had utilized all the money, we said we have to go back to the Parliament to get further funding. And we went with a supplementary budget for housing of $41 million. And we asked the opposition whether or not they're supporting getting this money to continue the work. At that point in time, we had about 670 projects that were ongoing across the country, and some right here in West Kingstown. And when we put it in the House to a vote, the NDP, they were not interested in housing because the majority of them left, and they left to watch night watchmen, Terence Olivier and Fitz Bramlow. So when I tell you they don't care about you, believe me, they don't care about you. While persons were waiting for their roofs to be fixed, that wasn't the business of the NDP. They had better things to do. And they left the house and left two persons in there for night watchman purposes. And when we asked them, how do you vote on this $41 million to continue the housing program? They said overwhelmingly, no more money to continue the housing. These are the persons that you want to put into government here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Them not ready for government yet. I would say this, West Kingstown. I have seen Kissel Melissa Peters come to my office at housing, call me on the phone and tell me, Comrade Randy, I have a constituent. We should try see how we could look at this one here quickly. She would call and she would say, there's a family up in Maho. I want to assessors to come and check them out because they're having some housing challenges. But the man who is representing you here, Daniel Cummins, never one day called me as the housing minister to ask for help for one single soul in West Kingstown. You think they concern about you? You think they care about your West Kingstown? And I tell you, there's a man, a good friend of mine, who said to me some months ago on a radio program, he said, if you're in opposition and you're a bad opposition, when you get into government, you think you're going to be good government? You're going to be a bad government. And we cannot take the chance of putting these people into office here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. When we decided here in West Kingstown to transform the landscape down there at Rose Place, you notice how our government did this work. To put a modern port down there, we had to shift and we had to move some people. And many of them were living in very small accommodations. Nothing that you should really talk about. But this government did not say, hey, look a handout and how you get through, you get through. That is not how we operate this Unity Labour Party government. This is a government of love and this is a government that cares for you. We didn't care about what you were living in before. We said that when you come out of this, the people of Rose Place, we're going to make sure that you come out better. And we create an entire community in Lowman's Bay. And I don't want you to forget these things. Because a government that can take you from one level to a next level is a government that deserves to continue to serve the people here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Labor working for me. Labor is working for me. Labor working for me. Labor working for me. Labor is working. I said the choice is clear.
We don't sit back and relax. We don't go to Parliament once a month and for the rest of the month we are in Siwi. We have work to do. And this is a working government. I always say this. Sister Vicky, who spoke here earlier, when I went to hand over the house for Sister Vicky and I saw her two sons, what I saw was the vision for the future. Because Sister Vicky, even though she went through Hurricane Beryl, she came out much better. And she didn't come out better just for herself, but her children were able to get a comfortable roof over their head. That is a working government working for the future of St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
17 years they rule this country. They kill all our industry. Oh, thanks to the ULP. They came and minimized poverty. They come brothers are one top papa.
This is Sister Nazi. I love this song. You must listen to the message in it.
Now, 25 years later,
Good message in this song.
come brothers stronger than ever. Deep can run this country.
They can't run this country at all. They're not ready yet.
They move intention go for. They will take away people bread and butter. And the whole set of intention will suffer.
Thank you. They ain't ready yet. We have a clear vision, clear plans to take our young people to the next level. We have a vision of taking this country in the next 15 years to a first world nation status. I always say, wherever I travel in this world, I fly the Vincent flag proud. Because even though you go to some of these big countries, I always say, they ain't better than we, and we ain't better than them. But for persons on the NDP to say over the past 25 years, nothing now Guyana St. Vincent, and they haven't seen any progress in this country, that is a barefaced lie. And we have to call them out on these barefaced lies. Under the NDP, poor people pick me, couldn't go to university. They only used to give out 4 scholarships, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now today, young people can sow. Thousands going off to study. Thousands doing their studies online. We cannot afford to roll back the hands of time in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We have come too far to turn back now. You see the next generation. I can't be selfish and say, well, I don't get the education revolution and I should leave it there. When I speak to you like this, I'm defending the next generation. I'm defending the family from Maho, who in the old days had to go and mortgage their house to send the picnic to school. Under this Unity Labour Party, all we say to you, once you're disciplined, you're young, you're smart, and you want to go places, we will hold your hand and help you to get there.
Too far to turn back now. Too far to turn back now. We marching, you and me, on to victory. Too far to turn back now.
Why I have to defend the gains of the Unity Labour Party? Because the young people of this country, they don't have to get an auntie or uncle or a nanny or a granny in high places for them to accomplish the task that they want to accomplish. The Unity Labour Party has leveled the playing field. You can come from a poor family and become doctor or lawyer. You can come from a poor family and become a banker in the banking institution. You could come from a poor family and become a top-class engineer here in St. Vincent. Not the one who tell you about the port gun sink. And up to now the port didn't sink yet. And we, the older generation, even though they say, you know, that I'm a young man, you know. But we have to defend the gains. Because I would not be able to sleep at night if I know that the younger generation cannot get more scholarships. I will not be able to sleep at night if I know that the younger generation doesn't have a level playing field to advance themselves. And we cannot be so bad-minded like the other side. You hear them talk about everything else. And like Comrade Camilo say, they ain't telling you what's happening to your children. They ain't telling you what's happening to your housing. But you know over the years that this Unity Labour Party is the only party that you could put your pot on the fire. And after a natural disaster, and we say we are not leaving behind any unfinished tasks as it relates to housing, you know we are going to get the work done.
Anyone can rule my country with the right capability. They could be white, yellow, or black. Me ain't having no problem with that. Right now my country making progress.
We're making progress.
Which means the leader is very blessed. Who behaving like the power possess.
They only want feather the
I
nest.
believe they want to feather the nest.
West Kingston, keep the fire burning.
Keep the fire burning. Burn them with your vote on election day.
Hey!
And when you vote for your party, remember to vote you healthy. Burn them with the fire all the
Keep the fire burning.
Keep the fire burning. Burning. Keep the fire burning. Burn them with your vote on election day.
We have to keep it burning.
When you vote for your party, remember to vote you healthy. Burn them with the fire all the way.
I want to close by saying to you that elections have consequences. And I want my sister to come here and stand right next to me by my side. You heard the magnificent work that this magnificent woman of labor is doing. I am asking you, the people of West Kingstown, I want her to open her mouth bigger in the cabinet. I want her to advocate more in the cabinet. And the only how she can do so is for you to make her a full-fledged minister in this new government of the 6th term in the Unity Labour Party.
I was buried alive, but I'm still breathing. I don't know what tomorrow may bring, but I got a feeling. I am alive. I still reason.
When some of them going wrong with video cameras and being news reporters, this woman is working for you, the people of West Kingstown. When they're going around looking for potholes, this woman is looking for scholarships for the young people in West Kingstown. Because she knows the importance of education. And she's a child of the education revolution. While many of them complain and talk, and as I say, while they're talking, labor is working. So West Kingstown, I am simply asking you to put inside of the parliament as a government minister a woman of class, a woman of stature, a woman who can work for you, who is disciplined and determined to break the odds. Put in Kisal Melissa Peters. And if you think you're seeing gains now, wait until she gets in fully. West Kingstown, I love you, and I want this woman to sit next to me when we go into the 6th term. And don't mind them, they can't touch Labour. Labour is stronger than ever in the 6th term. We are going to beat them again on November 27th, 2025. So, West Kingstown, God bless you, I love you, and thanks for having me tonight.
Hit them for 6. Hit them for 6. This time is
Comrades of Labour.
Hit them for 6. This time is plenty licks. Hit them for 6. Hit them for 6. This time is plenty licks. Labour, you do knocking boom boom boom.
Somebody wearing a red shirt, sing for me now. Somebody with a flag, sing for me now. Anybody from West Kingston, sing for me now, man. Every time I sing now, man.
And every time I knock on me neighbor door, I hear it.
As part of my tribute to the comrade sister Kizal, and I'm bringing it for both the past legendary representative in Rene Baptiste, Comrade Rene, and I'm bringing it forward to Kizal Peters. I have a tune I asked the DJ to play for them, and I want every Labour lady here to give me a horn right now, blow a horn, wave a flag, and for this one, give me that tune for the Labour ladies right now. Turn it up now, man, turn it up now, man.
Have I told you? Have I shown you?
This one for Renee
What I'm feeling
and Kizal, our comrade sisters.
when I hold you? It feels like heaven, heaven surrounds me.
Every Labour lady here tonight.
Every time you wrap your arms around me, and there's nothing I can say you'll ever do
What?
to deserve the love of a woman like you. When you're with me, when you kiss me, when you tell me how much you miss me, every moment we're together
Labour ladies, we love you.
brings us closer, closer to forever.
Oh my.
And there's nothing I can say or ever do to deserve the love of a woman like you.
So amazing how this world was
My ladies of Labour.
God is a woman.
Ladies of Labour, say Labour.
The gift of life astounds me to this day. I give it up for the woman. She's the constant wind that fills my sail. Oh, that woman.
Your maternity is worth more than $500, baby. Sing. Sing for me.
With a smile and a star, she'll protect you like a child. That's a woman.
And the men that love the ladies to sing for them.
She'll put a smile upon her face and take you to the higher place.
Oh yes.
So don't you underestimate
The strength of these women.
the strength of a woman.
one more.
When the roll is caller, I'll be standing taller to face the darkest and the hardest of times. We'll be taking care of all the children there.
Your maternity is worth more than $500.
You can call me by my name.
I am. Ladies of labor.
Once the rules remain the same, how the story's been told. Call me anytime, never cop out. Lioness is on the rise, don't you ever have doubt.
Yo, let's stop, we not just stop.
West Kingstown!
Hear me say, West Kingstown deserves a brighter day. Hear the sound of my voice. I'm your comrade, I'm your choice. Put me inside the mix, comrade hitting them for 6. NDP full of time wasters, every election of your licks. I say, put me inside the mix, comrade hitting them for 6. NDP full of time wasters, every election of your licks. Boy, West Kingstown, do you hear this song?
West Kingstown!
Never let you down. In this moment, I make a vow. West Kingstown, your time is now. Young, gifted, and true is labor. I will fight for you. Is labor. Young, gifted, and true is labor. I will fight for you. Is labor. Hear me say it's VG.
Somebody say labor! Say labor! We have to do that little tribute to comrade sister Kizal Peters and the legendary Honorable Renee Batiste here. The stalwart ladies of West Kingston. All my ladies say labor! Thank you very much, ladies. And we're going to invite another lady because, as I said earlier, there are countless persons who have a lot of positive, uplifting messages and testimonies to give on the goodness and the love and compassion and the hard work of your next representative here in West Kingston, Kizal Peters. So allow me to introduce to the podium now, to speak to you briefly, a lady by the name of Linda McDowell, who's going to bring her tribute to our comrade sister. Make some noise for the comrade sister. Somebody say labor!
Hit them for 6. Hit them for 6. This time is plenty licks. Hit them for 6. Hit them for 6. This time is plenty licks. Hit them for 6. Hit them for 6. This time is plenty licks. Leave at your door, knocking boom, boom, boom. Leave at your door, knocking boom, boom, boom.
Comrades, labor. Let me tell all you something. You see this election? We not play. We can't make the opposition leader control this country. We cannot make them be the leader of no women and girls and boys of SVG. The opposition have no respect for our women in this country. The opposition have no respect for Ms. Kizal Peters. The opposition has no respect for Renee Batiste. The opposition has no respect for our upcoming young girls and boys in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The opposition has no plan for this country. The opposition want us to think that this government has never done nothing in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It's a lie. In 2001, the ULP government took office. And I will say, from the Prime Minister Gonsalve took office, the country becomes independent. This opposition, they are liars. They are thieves. They are opponents. Dr. Friday does not counsel his men and women about respecting our women today in the campaign. But then, our Prime Minister, Gonsalve, will come out and he will warn our women, our men, our boys, and our girls to have respect and self-control for everyone. I remember as a youth growing up in the heart of Great House and of lots of the young people around here. I know because I went to school. We went to school together. Lomans Leeward Anglican School. I know the struggles because I saw my mother cry the tears under the opposition leader when James Mitchell was here, acting and pretending to be Prime Minister here. I remember my mother never had water in her yard. And we had to go to the river in Great House. And around those times, we were some of the poorest. Because that is how the opposition had us. I remember when my mother had to struggle with how many buckets and buckets of water and how many tubs to wash under the opposition. When this government took office in 2001, the Prime Minister Gonsalve made sure he put his regulation in place that every household must have running water. When we were suffering, because you know the NDP, they want us to be, they want to suffocate us. They never want us to have a voice. But today, we have our own voice. And young people, I want you all to know, you all have a voice. You all parents may not tell you all everything. You all may not educate yourself to learn and to see for yourself. But I want to tell all you right now. Ask your parents, how much of them went to a secondary school under the opposition leader? Ask them, how much of them went to school, a secondary school, under the opposition leader? And they will tell you the fact once they are being honest with you. I can tell you of a particular person who I have sit and talked to because I associate myself with the old, the young, the middle, and everybody. And I have been taught. But then, when the opposition was there, and my people like my mother and your mother and grandmother and great and everybody else needed 1 mark to go into a secondary school, they never had the chance. And you know why they never had the chance? Education was never a priority under the opposition. When the ULP government took office in 2001, this government made sure that every adult have a learning resort to go back to school and have an education and could be able to read and write today under the ULP government.
Zero me I come from, Olupani no, Olupani no, Olupani no. I know me I come from, Olupani no.
They talk about we Vincentians are suffering. It's a lie. We know the opposition will say anything that comes to their mental state to manipulate this country, to have this country like if this country is the worst that anyone could ever come, visit, and live. Not under this government. We will have the opposition into any party to run down this country. This country have moved forward. We now go backward. This country had developed where young people have the rights and the opportunities to work not only in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, but regionally and internationally.
I am blessed. I am blessed. Every day of my life I am blessed.
What they want us to know, and we don't want to know, this country that you call beautiful St. Vincent and the Grenadines, we now have one of the most amazing international airports. I remember when I traveled back then before the international airport, I have to sleep in Barbados overnight until hours before taking my next flight. This government came in and they promised us a couple years ago an international airport. And I want you all to understand that every promise the candidates and the Prime Minister under this government has proclaimed have come into pass. Don't be fooled by their lies. And I want you all to know, a couple years, I don't know how much of you follow the news, but I'm a very news person. A couple of years ago, and I want the young mothers and the mothers with young teenagers to listen to me. A few years ago, the opposition had stated things like this. If any young girls who are pregnant, who have a child, will not be able to have a second chance into secondary school. Under this government, a young girl at the age of 12 and 13 can become pregnant and give birth and have a second chance into their education again. This is the government that we want. A government not only for its people, not only for itself, but for its people. A government who has the backbone and the structure and the belly of this nation. Miss Giselle Peters, a decent, intelligent young woman. Like every one of you down there, let me tell you all something. Miss Peters is not yet into office. And I want you all to listen. You can never, ever finish the world within 2 days. Miss Peters has not get into office. And when you look at the work that she has accomplished within not year, but couple of months, tell us more what she can do even more when she gets into office. Young people, young boys at the age of 18, young girls of the age of 18. Let me tell you all something. You all want to travel out there to work? It cannot happen under the opposition. You know what they stated the other day? Young people must not have the chance once they get into office to go out there and work. We must stay here and we must become caretakers of the olders and the elders and whatsoever else it is. We don't need that. Young people must have a chance to go out there and to work, to study and to have proper education. The opposition never had an education revolution. They talk about, oh, the government is not building homes for people. Listen to me. Mr. Brewster, he not even serving for so many years, and look at the work he is putting down. Don't be manipulated by the NDP. They have no clue. They don't know how to run the country. And if we give them that chance, and the only how they can get that chance is if we don't go out and vote. We need to get up and go out and vote. Last election, I was the first person because I run from where I live to reach to vote. You all get up and go out and vote to keep this government into office. On election day, go out and vote for Miss Peters. We don't need comments anymore. Sex we hitting. We ain't sitting down. We standing up. We can't sit down. Anytime we sit down, we get them a chance. So we ain't sitting down. As I say to every person and woman here, your dignity is in your own self-esteem. Do not make the opposition disrespect you. Do not make the opposition think that they know about your body parts and how your body parts stay. We don't need these type of people to support this country. This Prime Minister Egon Saab should continue to serve us and to be here. He is not here for himself, but for the poor people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Thank you.
Comrades, make some noise for Linda.
Labor people, start a jump. They can't beat labor.
Never.
Never in my vein, that Bolivar. They can't beat labor. Never.
West Kingstown. And if for any reason, which is highly impossible, if for any reason Comrade Kizal can't make it to the polls to be a candidate, we know who is our replacement, right? Somebody say Labour! Are you ready for Comrade Sister Kizal? Say yeah. Say Labour! But wait. It's a Friday night, we have nowhere to go. We're enjoying with company. It's Labour. We're going Chateaubriand tomorrow. We're going Bible on Sunday. Yeah, man. We want to bring on stage because everybody wants to show love to Comrade Sister Kizal tonight. Oh, this is Saturday Eve. Oh, that way you say? So you mean? Saturday Eve. We're going to work with Saturday Eve. Yeah, Saturday Eve. What's your name again? Saturday Eve. Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday Eve, Saturday. So all I mean. I get it. Right now, we have two very talented young people who are going to come and show their singing skills and get a little vibes before we bring on our comrade sister, Kizal Melissa Peters. I ain't going to say nothing. I'm going to allow him to come perform and he's going to introduce himself. But everybody know this next artist. Run piece of music there for me, Shady.
Comrade, ring the bell.
If you're hype,
West
you're
Kingstown.
ready to vote. If
West
you're hype and you're
Kingstown.
ready to vote.
We giving them licks.
Licks with six. Licks with
Bunks me up. Load me. West Kingstown, November 27th. We putting Kizal in our face. If you're coming out to vote, tell Labour. You ready? Sherry, let it go.
If you're hype and you're ready to vote. If you're hype and you're ready to vote.
We giving them licks. Licks with six. Political licks. Licks with six.
Comrade, go and hit them for 6. Kiesel, go and hit them for 6. Pure Star, go and hit them for 6. All of them getting licks. Labor lifted you higher. It's time to own your future. Building infrastructure. Labor working. Labor lifted you higher. It's time to own your. And the still better. They better. When we talk about licks, it's not no violence thing. Labor love we bring. It's just our vibes and thing. When we talk about licks, November 27th, we coming out with numbers. And guess what? We giving them licks. Licks with 6. Licks with 6. Licks with 6. Political. Licks with 6. I want to see all the flags them in the air. All the flags them. Kiesel. Hit them for 6. Kiesel. Go and hit them for 6. West Kingstown hitting them for 6. Licks incoming still. We hitting them for 6. They have no plans and they don't have no plans for we. West Kingstown, they don't have no plans. They don't have no plans. DJ, play me. It's not a violence thing. Labor love we bring. It's just our vibes and thing. When we talk about licks, we celebrating. November 27th, we giving them licks. Licks with 6. Licks with 6. Licks with 6. Political licks. Licks with 6. Licks with 6. Licks with 6. Blue Star. Go hit them for 6. Kiesel. West Kingstown. Go hit them for 6. All of them. If you're ready to vote, show me 6 fingers. If you're ready to vote, show me 6 fingers right now. West Kingstown. We giving them licks. Licks with 6. Licks with 6. Licks with 6. Political licks. Licks with 6. Licks with 6. Licks with 6. West Kingstown, November 27th. We coming out here with numbers. We ain't sitting down. We getting up. And we going and vote. Now before I leave, cameraman, I put the camera on the people right here in West Kingstown. After the count of 6, we're going to say Labour. After the count of 6, we're going to say Labour. We're going to shout the whole of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We're going to say it loud and proud. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go out and vote for Kiesel.
Love your bad. Love your bad. Love your bad.
Somebody say Labour.
Anything for you 'cause I love your bad.
Can the highest mountain Labour. Somebody say Labour. If you're representing for the common, let me see put one hand in the sky. If Kiesel is the next leader for this area, let me hear you say yeah. Run the tune. Anybody ready to go? All you ready to leave? All right, we now starting to party, so all sing with me, right? Help me sing the tune. Now we go.
I done drunk and sing before I reach by the gate. I don't give a damn who want to talk, I don't want no shame. As long as I got me rum, women and soca, I rate. 'Cause them is the simple things in life I appreciate. Just give me the rum, just give me a gal. Play soca music, it's pure bacchanal. With all of me friends, and money to spend. No stress on me head, nobody don't know when they go dead. One night I got to live, so it's whole night I drinking, whole night I jamming, whole night I winding up. When the liquor hit me, it's whole night I drifting, whole night I tripping, whole night I jumping up. When I drink the rum, well is, when I hold a gal, well is, when the soca hit me is, if you see me drifting is, till I see the sun, well is, plenty back and also is, I ain't backing down. This is the weekend, you know what we doing? When the weekend come, one thing I got on me mind. I just want to free myself, all on a woman and wine. It could be a boat ride, jump up or river lime. Anything is anything, if bumper shaking I find. Just give me the rum, just give me a gal. Play soca music, it's pure bacchanal. With all of me friends. DJ give me low on the chorus, I want to hear them sing the chorus. All ready to sing the chorus? Here we go.
is whole night a drinking, whole night a winding up. When the liquor hit me, is whole night a drifting, whole night a tripping. Next tune. If you know labor, love your band, let me hear you say yeah, yeah. Somebody say labor. Yes, I go do anything for your labor, love your band. Can be highest mountain, labor, love your band. Give you all that they have, labor, love your band. Labor, love your band. Labor, love your band. Do anything for your labor, love your band. Can be highest mountain, labor, love your band. Give you all that they have. I want to sing it out loud, sing it out, yeah. Anything you want. I said there's anything you want, anything you need, anything you need. Cause if you want money, Ralph getting it. You want a big house, Ralph getting it. If you want a new car, Ralph getting it. Want a flight to England, put her again on the year. I go do anything for your labor. Can be highest mountain labor. Give you all that they have, labor, love your bad. Labor, love your bad. Labor, love your bad. Do anything for your labor, love your bad. Can be highest mountain labor, love your bad. I want to sing it out louder than before. Louder than before. Anything you want.
I get it.
All your bad. Anything you want. Anything you need. Anything you... Ladies, one new clothes, Ralph getting it. Louis and Prada, Ralph getting it. Not no bootleg, everything legit. Y'all, if you want this, yo, I go do anything for your labor, love your bad. Can be highest mountain labor, love your bad. Give you all that they have. Kiss, I love your bad. She go do anything for you. Can be highest mountain. If this is your next representative, let me hear you make some noise. Anything you want. Anything you want. Anything you need. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is El Punk. It's been a pleasure performing for you tonight. We out of time, eh?
Comrades, make some noise for El Punk and Chihuahua. Well, it's that time of the evening where we bring to you the Woman of the Hour. Well, West Kingstown, wanna here with me tonight? West Kingstown? I met this young lady in 2020 when we were the first two senators? First two. And immediately, I had a liking to her. She had a very nice personality. And one thing that stood out to me is the way she would carry herself and the way she would dress to come to Parliament and to Cabinet. And if she go in supermarket and all these things. When she steps out, it's one of the things that stood out to me. It's the poise and the sophistication with which she moved. And then when she opened her mouth to deliver, it was double the way she looked. It was eloquent, it was commanding, and it hit you really hard in your soul. Because she's a soulful speaker when she delivers. And she delivers with passion. And it gives me great pleasure to bring her to this podium tonight as we rally around our sister, our comrade. Make some noise. West Kingstown. West Kingstown.
She's just a
West Kingstown. West Kingstown. For your next representative. Your next representative. Kiza.
Comrades of labor.
brighter day. Hear the sound of my voice. I'm your comrade, I'm your choice.
You know this song?
Put me inside the mix, comrade hitting them for 6. NDP full of time wasters, every election of Alex. Put me inside the mix, comrade hitting them for 6. NDP full of time wasters, every election.
West Kingstown!
West Kingstown, do you hear the song? I will lift you higher, never let you down. In this moment, I make a vow. West Kingstown, your time is now.
Comrades of Labour! Comrades of West Kingstown! Comrades, I am so happy to be here with you in Lowman's Leeward, a community that is near and dear to me, a community that helped to raise me and many of us here as young people in this great constituency of West Kingstown. Comrades, you are here with a purpose. You are here because you are passionate. And I am here to tell you that the future is calling, and you must answer that call and own your future. Comrades of West Kingstown, we are on a pathway. We are on a path to doing something great. For 15 years, we have been in bondage. And we need to liberate the constituency of West Kingstown from bondage. Out of darkness. Step into the light. West Kingstown, it is time for you to own your future and return to the bosom of the Unity Labour Party. Comrades, the Unity Labour Party, we are not just a political organization. We are a movement that inspires hope, a movement that implements development, and a movement that is building a nation brick by brick, road by road, project by project. The Unity Labour Party has caused the revolution in this country. From housing to education, from health to infrastructure, from youth empowerment to job creation to tourism. Comrades, Labour is working for the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Only Labour shouting, Labour, Labour working for we. Only you feel busy, Labour, Labour working for we.
Comrades, my comrades who spoke before, including the Prime Minister, they have all said a lot about me. And I want to invite you to visualize the future in West Kingstown. Because we deserve better. And we deserve a brighter day. And I want to outline some plans and policies to benefit the people of West Kingstown and to uplift them in this country as we head into the future. Comrades, one of the first visions I've had is one involving Lowman's Bay. And for those of us who grew up in this community, we know that Lowman's Bay is near and dear to us. And my vision for Lowman's Bay is for us to transform it into a recreational area where our fisher folk from Rose Place and Lowman's Bay can host seafood festivals, where our young people can come and socialize from all across the country. Comrades, Lowman's Bay has that potential.
And I've been speaking to the fishermen of Lomans Bay. And they really want to see this transformation in Lomans Bay. And that is one of the plans and the visions that I have for the people of West Kingstown and for Lomans Bay. Another vision I have for West Kingstown. We have a number of small businesses across the constituency. And what I want to see and what I envision is for entrepreneurs to get the necessary support. And one of those ways in which we can support them is to facilitate their trade and their business. And right down in Camden Park, right before you get to the bridge, there is a business complex there. But when I look at it, we need to modernize it. And we need to add more spaces so that more entrepreneurs can come on board and ply their craft and earn a living and experience economic development. That is another vision I have for West Kingstown in the Lomans Leeward area. As it relates to tourism, I am not sure how many of you know, but we have a very well-kept secret in West Kingstown. And I have visited this well-kept secret for years, and I did so as a child. Nestled away in the mountains behind the Maho community, we have a place called Pave Hole. And it is a beauty to behold with cascading waters and plunge pools for your enjoyment and pleasure. And I have already begun discussions with the forestry department to develop that area into a recreational space so that the people of West Kingstown can enjoy the beauty within their own constituency. Comrades, it's either you have vision or you don't. And the other side doesn't have vision. And I think part of the reason why is because the man who has been representing this constituency, he is not a son of this constituency. He doesn't know the people, their struggles, their trials. He doesn't know the people, their dreams and their aspirations. But as a daughter of West Kingstown, I know the people, I know the places, and I know where I want to take West Kingstown into the future. Comrades, the community of Edinburgh is a very vibrant community. And they also have a beautiful beachfront. But over the years, because of climate change, it has suffered coastal erosion and everything negative that comes with that. I am already in talks with the necessary persons in the Ministry of Transport and Works as it relates to the necessary defenses to save the Edinburgh beach. And my plan for the Edinburgh beach front, and I've spoken to persons in Edinburgh because they use that beach for wellness, for recreation, is to transform the Edinburgh beachfront into a wellness hub where you can go and bathe. You have a spa, you have cafes, you have booths for tourism. So when the tourists, when they come to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and before they go to Fort Charlotte, they can visit the Edinburgh beachfront. Comrades, the Prime Minister has outlined as it relates to the beachfront in Rose Place that we intend to move the Grenadines Wharf and Terminal on the western side of the beachfront in Kingstown. And the people of West Kingstown and the people of Rose Place will benefit from this transformation because it gives entrepreneurs an opportunity to employ their craft, and it gives our people an opportunity to interact with the tourists and show them what St. Vincent and the Grenadines is made of. Comrades, these are ideas that I have for West Kingstown. But that is not all. As it relates to housing and land development, there are a number of people who are occupying lands who have not yet received their title deed. And I have spoken to the Honorable Prime Minister about this. And in the new term, we intend to regularize the status of those persons. What the New Democratic Party did to parts of West Kingstown, and we heard from Sister Linda, I am making the call for reparations against the NDP. Because the NDP allowed people to go and occupy lands without putting the necessary infrastructure in place. In places like Otley Hall, in places like Great House, in places like Lowmans, in places like Upper New Montrose. And over the months that I have been caretaker, I have been listening to the people. And I intend to right the wrongs that were committed by the New Democratic Party to these people. And we will improve access to every home across West Kingstown, one by one, step by step, brick by brick, road by road, and footpath by footpath. Because the Unity Labour Party has a principle that the people of West Kingstown must live in dignity. Comrades of Labour! Comrades, as I said, over the last few months, I've been doing the work. And more than the months, the work has been put in. And right now in Great House, one of the first projects under my stewardship is a road to improve access for the people of Great House. And you know what is the talk now? Kisal, when you come in to fix my road, nobody studying Daniel Cummins, you know. They want Kisal to come and fix their road because they see that Kisal is delivering for the people of West Kingstown. Comrades, I am not yet elected as your representative, but I have been putting in the work. And people are seeing the results. Could you imagine the day when I am elected as your representative? Hello, they can't talk to West Kingstown people because we go fresh like fish.
Hear me say, West Kingstown deserves a brighter day.
One of the other things that I want to see, and this one is near and dear to me. I don't know how many of you know this, but I used to play the steel pan. Y'all knew that? You didn't know that? When I was in girls' high school, I was a member of the girls' high school steel orchestra. And I started off playing the tenor pan. No, I'm sorry, the double second. And then I migrated over to the tenor pan where I stayed. I was told by my father, who is a Kingstown man, and my mother by extension, and many of the elders, that we had the glory days when we had a community steel orchestra. And I've been speaking to the people of West Kingstown about it. And with their support and with their encouragement, I put forward a proposal to the Honorable Prime Minister to have a community steel orchestra return to West Kingstown. So, East Kingstown has Sion Hill Euphonia. Central Kingstown has Starlift. It is time for West Kingstown to come back in the mix with its own community steel orchestra. Comrades, and this steel orchestra will be financed under Pan Against Crime. And we know, because we cannot hide from the realities, that West Kingstown has been plagued
with criminal activity over the years. And I'm not afraid to speak about it. And I encourage the people who are involved, whether you are young or not so young or young at heart, the young men and young women who may be involved in these illicit activities. Put down the guns, put down the drugs, and pick up a skill and develop yourselves. Make your families proud, your community proud, and better the state of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And in order to help them do that, I've been speaking to the young people because I have to listen to them because they are the future and they own the future, and they have called for a community center. But not just a community center for the sake of having one. We have a lot of creative young men and women in West Kingstown. Whether they make clothes or they make music, we have a lot of creative talent in our constituency. So this center will not only be for education, but it will be for vocational training. And one of the things that they've asked for me is a space for them to improve their craft. And Lester, I know Lester is a music producer. Lester might have to come and teach them musical engineering, because the young people and the young men and women in the entertainment industry in West Kingstown, they have called for a music center in this, a music studio in the center, so that they could develop their skills, record their songs, go on the national stage, the regional stage, and the international stage. Comrades, as it relates to sporting facilities, when I was foreign minister, I secured funding for the rehabilitation of the Edinburgh Hard Court. And I saw within recent times the representative Daniel Cummins walking around with camera like a tourist. I don't know how many of you are familiar with Damian Junior Gang Marley. He said, some boy na know this, them only come around like tourists on the beach with a few club sodas, bedtime stories, and pose like them named Chuck Norris, and don't know the real hardcore. Daniel Cummins does not know the real hardcore of West Kingstown. He would know that the young people of West Kingstown demanded the rehabilitation of the Edinburgh Hard Court, and Kisal Melissa Peters heard them, and she is delivering the hard court for the community of Edinburgh. And I am unelected, but I am delivering. I want you to picture the day when I am elected as your representative, what great representation you will have. Comrades, Labour is working for the people of West Kingstown, and Labour is working for the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Here's Peters. Labour, jump for Labour, wait for Labour, Labour all the way.
Jump up for Labour. Let me see the Labour rags and flags.
Giselle Peters is the best. No other can test. Minister for the West. Peters, yes, we vote in progress.
Comrades, the ideas I have, and in my interactions with the constituents of West Kingstown, it is not exhaustive, because we will work together to continue to build West Kingstown and take West Kingstown higher. A future with development is calling. A future where West Kingstown becomes synonymous to creativity is calling. A future where every household in West Kingstown has a university graduate is calling. A future where West Kingstown will see a brighter day is calling. Comrades,
Will you answer that call? Will you answer that call, comrades? If you don't answer that call, it will be a missed call and you will not get it back. Comrades, you have to step forward and own your future. So, let's contrast leadership, because we've heard a lot about leadership. On our side, you have visionary leadership. If it were not for the visions and programs of the Unity Labour Party, I will not be standing here before you tonight. We have visionary leadership. We have leadership that is disciplined and steadfast, because we firmly believe in the ULP that leaders must lead. What do you have on the other side? You have lazy man leadership. Lazy man leadership. Repeat after me. Lazy man leadership. That is what you have with the NDP. And let me give you some examples. We work as ministers 24/7. Any hour of the day, if our phone rings and duty calls, we have to answer. So ministers don't really get any time off Randy, and Randy could attest to that. The opposition comes to Parliament once per month. Once per month they come to Parliament. They want razor pay. They say the fundamental question and the fundamental problem is the salary of parliamentarians. And the man who is representing this constituency said that the little pittance he getting can't do nothing. After he done secure over $1 million from a pension that he secured on the day of election in 2001. While people were voting, he was scheming to sign a contract to continue. And while he's working, he's getting pension. He don't get over $1 million. But he's complaining about the pittance. Comrades, these people come to Parliament once per month. And by 6 o'clock, the person who's supposed to be representing this constituency, he pick up his briefcase and he bungs. So if you can't work after 6 o'clock, what kind of work you intend to do if you get into government? Lazy man leadership. When we went to Parliament after Hurricane Beryl to secure a supplementary estimate to be able to respond to the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Daniel Cummins got up at about 6 and left. Too late, they said. They ball and say we wicked. This is an abuse. We could adjourn Parliament to the next day. Well, we did. We suspended Parliament 12:00. And then after 12 midnight, we continued Parliament the next day. The Unity Labour Party administration stayed in the Parliament until the wee hours of the morning to ensure that the funds were secured to respond to Hurricane Beryl.
Everybody must work. Work. Everybody must work. Work.
Meanwhile, the other side went home to Dodo. They are lazy man leaders. They will not give you good representation as a government. And these are the people who love to talk about governance and accountability and transparency, but they don't have the strength and stamina to do the work. Nonsense. And if you know me, you know that I hate nonsense. When we came back to Parliament this year in August. And we said, we need more money to continue the housing rehabilitation after burial. Yes. Daniel Cummins stood up and he talked all kind of things irrelevant to the bill at hand. And then he picked up his suitcase and sure like clockwork at 6 o'clock, he left Parliament. He could not be bothered that the people in Cedar Valley ain't get the house fixed yet. He could not be bothered that the people in Great House ain't get the house fixed yet. He could not be bothered that the people in Edinburgh and Otley Hall and Upper New Montrose, he could not be bothered that the house ain't fixed yet. And he is bragging that he never had to walk in an election before to campaign. Comrades of West Kingstown who are listening to the sound of my voice, Daniel Cummins is taking you for granted and he is taking you for a joyride. He has nothing to offer you but shame and disgrace and the national disaster pending, that is the NDP. Well, he went to Maho. I hear you. He went to Maho and started to perform some necromancy. And he started the meeting by saying, I invoke the spirit of John Horn of blessed memory, who once supported and represented this constituency. But he didn't care about the people of Maho, whose house was still fixing. And when it came to a vote, the people who were left on the opposition side, including the representative for the Southern Grenadines, they voted no. They said that the people whose house roof still leaking from burial should wait till after election. And with all the promises and the pledges that they are making up to now, they have not committed to continue the rebuilding of the homes in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. When people show you their true colors, believe them.
Friday, where is the thing you promised me? Remember Friday, the big fat on your plan you promised me.
Comrades, the New Democratic Party is politically blind. They are developmentally blind because anything that is geared towards development, they oppose it. They opposed the Argyle International Airport. But it's the same airport Dr. Friday used to fly and go to Canada when the people of the Grenadines and across the rest of St. Vincent were going through a time of despair. And he probably used the Canadian passport to go to Canada too. I said before and I will say it again. I am not accepting a pledge from a man who cannot wholeheartedly pledge his allegiance to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Don't accept it. When we proposed the modern medical complex in Georgetown, they rubbished it. Comrades, I can attest to the work of the hard-working staff at the modern medical complex. There was a time when I took ill, and Randy, you remember, when I had to go there, and they were able to run the necessary tests. And if they had not done it, I would not have been standing here today, comrades. We are a government with vision. And they were teasing us during La Soufrière eruption to say, oh, well, I'll put the modern complex, the medicinal complex, right under Soufrière mouth. So we are trying to tell me, people on the windward side don't deserve access to medical treatment. That is the elitist way of thinking of the NDP. They do not care about the poor and the working class in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. One of them went so far and say that the intelligentsia of St. Vincent and the Grenadines was in the Grenadines and in Kingstown. So I hope that the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines across the length and breadth of the country, you exercise the necessary intelligentsia and keep them out of office. Comrades, they rubbished the new port. We just opened a modern port. A modern port that will serve as a hub for the Eastern Caribbean. And we have the opportunity to attract investments as it relates especially to manufacture. My opponent said the port will sink. It couldn't be built without him. Well, he said over his dead body, the port was built, the port did not sink, and the port will work for the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Every policy that we have put forward, the New Democratic Party, they have mocked it. And I keep talking about this one because I saw how it operated when I just joined the cabinet. The Prime Minister proposed a contingency fund, which is a rainy day fund, allowing us to respond to disasters in a quick manner. A.N Eustace and the NDP, they opposed the establishment of the contingency fund. But you have seen in the last 5 years the disasters that have hit us. And if we did not have that contingency fund, comrades, we would not be able to respond to the needs of the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines in their darkest hour. Comrades, when people show you who they are, believe them. The New Democratic Party has no vision. And they pull down this country. They pull us down to the lowest of lows. And they want to instill in people's head that we are poor and we are worth nothing. But we must disabuse our minds of these type of concepts. Free a mind from the NDP. They want to keep us in a mental slavery. Don't allow them to do it. Young people of West Kingstown, you have an opportunity to own your future. The NDP and their candidates, they love to look forward to the past. They love to tell you about the glory days of the NDP. And when they were engineers and when they were managers of CWSA, I hope that they will also tell the people, and Mama Culture is here and she will tell you, the people of Otley Hall, who the head of CWSA, who is representing you now, denied you the basic right of access to running water. Linda spoke about it. Mama Culture will confirm it. And she had to stand up to them and demand that they provide running water to the people of Otley Hall.
Not only that, they had the land for $3.75 a square foot. If we reduce it to $1.25
You hear that? We made land affordable for the poor and working class. Listen to me. the NDP is a national disaster pending, and we cannot allow them to get into office. I have been told that people in the opposition, and they have said it publicly, they are telling young people and people in general to stay home and don't vote. I heard that they went to Cedar Valley and they told the young people in Cedar Valley not to vote for Kisal. I want the young people of Cedar Valley who are listening to the sound of my voice to know that anybody who wants to silence your vote, they want to silence your voice, and anybody who wants to silence you is dangerous. You have the opportunity to stand with a young representative who will represent your concerns in cabinet and in parliament. But what people like Daniel Cummins want to do is silence the young people. They don't mentor a soul. They love to tease us about our Prime Minister's age. But if you realize what the Prime Minister is doing, he is passing the knowledge from himself to people like me and Randy and Benava and Sabi and Camelo and all of us. That is the Prime Minister's way of owning the future. Not just the future of the Unity Labour Party, but the future of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Comrades, the NDP has no plan for you. They come with all type of pledges, all kind of promises, and the people who are feeding them this information, they don't know not one thing about St. Vincent and the Grenadines. They pledged $100,000 to students affected by Hurricane Beryl. Up to this day, the students are still waiting. We have rolled out a number of programs to ensure the upliftment and the empowerment of women. And you want to come and offer women $500 for make baby? That is insulting as a young woman who has been empowered by the Unity Labour Party. And I said last night at Belmont, who want to make baby will make baby, but they sure as hell not going to make baby just to get $500. Comrades, the difference between my political opponent and me is that where he is fighting for power, I am fighting to empower the people of West Kingstown.
Labor, jump for labor, wait for labor, labor all the way. Jump up for labor.
The difference between me and my political opponent is that he has to rely on the name John Hahn, but Kisal Melissa Peters can stand on her own record. That is the difference. Comrades, the difference between me and my political opponent is that I care for you, but he doesn't care. He does not know the dreams and aspirations of the people of West Kingstown. He does not know their struggles. He does not know their triumph. And he doesn't care to know your story. For you, for him, you are just a vote. And he said it. He admitted that he never had to walk to win the seats. That is something for somebody to say. As a respected representative, he has no respect for the people of West Kingstown, just like he has no respect for the women of West Kingstown and the women of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. He has no respect for God. So who am I for him to have respect for? Think about that and think on these things. Comrades, in Kisal Melissa Peters, you have a potential representative who is young, who is gifted, and who is true to her word. Because if Minister Peters say, I am going to help you, put your pot on the fire, I will help you. After Hurricane Beryl, I sent a team because I was stuck in Miami. The team was on the ground the day after Hurricane Beryl. I was told by scores of constituents that Daniel Cummins came through West Kingstown with his too long empty hand. Not even a nail, not even a notebook and a pen to write down names because he doesn't care for the people of West Kingstown. Comrades, you have the opportunity to elect someone who will fight for you, who will fight for your children, who will fight for your grandchildren and your great-grandchildren not yet born. And it is time that you return West Kingstown to the column of labor, because we can do wonderful things together. You need a representative who is fearless, not a hothead. You need somebody who is focused, who is disciplined, who will raise the standard in West Kingstown to higher heights. We started the work in 2001, but we have to finish it. Miss Rene Baptiste, who is our farmer representative, started the good work. And I will repeat a verse from the Bible that is near and dear to me. Being confident of this very thing, he who has begun a good work in you will carry it on into completion until the day of Christ. Comrades, I have begun the good work in West Kingstown. And I implore you and I ask you for the opportunity to finish the work. Because you deserve better. We deserve better, because I too am a constituent of West Kingstown. And West Kingstown, as I close, I invite you to put me in the mix so we could hit them for 6. And I encourage everyone on election day, the 27th of November, to come out and vote and cast your vote next to the star for the Unity Labour Party, and ensure that you are registered to vote. We have a special period of registration going on now. You have to ensure that you are on the list to cast your vote and make the change in West Kingstown and make West Kingstown brighter. Comrades, I love you. And despite the weather, you came out tonight. And I appreciate it because you have demonstrated to me that you love and support me as your candidate. And when that day comes that I am elected to represent you, I will demonstrate to you what good leadership is. I will demonstrate to you what proper representation is. And I will demonstrate to you what true love is. And I will demonstrate to you that the Unity Labour Party will continue to work to lift the constituency of West Kingstown higher. Comrades, thank you for coming out tonight.
May God bless you. May God bless the constituency of West Kingstown. May God bless the Unity Labour Party. And may God bless the state of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Thank you, comrades, and have a good night and safe travels to your various homes. Thank you.
Hear me say, West Kingstown deserves a brighter day. Hear the sound of my voice. I'm your comrade, I'm your choice. Put me inside the mix, comrade, hitting them for 6.